So we are in the field today with the Tunnelsprayer. This is the first time we're gonna spray this season. So we're gonna treat all the orchards today with the Tunnelsprayer to prevent a lot of sicknesses for the upcoming season. So let's see how the machine performs with Isobus this season. Let's go spraying. This week I replaced these rubbers on my little pump, which is actually making the fluid go from the sprayer back into the tank. So it's the recycle pump. And I found oil in the fluid, so I know that this one is having bad membranes. So we're gonna replace the membranes, and we're also gonna check the valves that everything works properly, because it doesn't work as it should be. It's working a little bit worse. So we're just gonna make sure that everything is absolutely perfect with this one, as I want to recycle everything that I can with the sprayer. That's why we're driving with this thing. So let's fix this pump up, and then we can get going again. this is where the membrane sits. So I have the membrane out now, and I can actually, by rotating the shaft, you can see the plunger is going back. It will come out again. That's how a pumping action happens. And then we got a income valve and an outcome valve. And basically that's how the pump creates the pressure and also the suction. And these are the membranes, so these are brand new. And we're gonna put these in. The old ones, they don't seem like they are broken, but they are definitely very, very old. So I want to replace them and just make sure that the pump is going perfectly again. So we're gonna put these in now.
Donderdag 7 maart. Theo Maassen trekt zich toch terug als presentator van VPRO Zomergasten, oftewel een vaccinatie. Mocht je al one-liners of een willen zien, dat kan hè, via Instagram, @5uur-ochtendshow, daar vind je de Ik goed 5uur.nl, daar kun je je opgeven. De prijzenpot staat op €100.000. Nog lekker als je inderdaad al een klein deel van.
That's working like an absolute charm again. So the pump is capable of sucking up a complete hose from each side now. So whatever the flow we spray with, it will be able to recycle it and get it back into the tank. So I'm really confident to run it this year again. Fixing up that pump was definitely necessary as it needed maintenance. The membranes were really old, so it's good to fix them. That way we prevent scrapping the pump, because water in the oil is not ideal and it will eventually destroy the pump. So putting them on in time definitely makes sense. And I also had one valve which wasn't perfect, so I made that a lot better by just cleaning it up, and now that should work perfectly, and we can actually see the result of how it sucks everything back into the tank. Well, with all the lights on the Tunnelsprayer, we definitely have with all the lights on the Tunnelsprayer now, we definitely have good lighting at night. I was always having problems with looking behind the sprayer, as there's no lighting behind the sprayer. And now I just installed 2 lights on top of there. So now I can see what's happening when I'm backing up, and that's way better than not seeing it. And I also installed 2 lights inside the sprayer. They were actually on top of the sprayer before, but now I put them in there and there. So these are to light up the spraying nozzles themselves, so that way I can clearly see if everything is working properly or not. So let's hope that's gonna work out like intended. It looks absolutely beautiful. I can see the blue very well, even while I got the spotlights back on, so that's perfect. Well, that works really nice. The new lighting is just excellent. The tractor and the sprayer, both, they make everything visible in the field. And as you can see, it also makes me visible. So I'm standing behind the Tunnelsprayer. And that's really nice. Before I installed lights, there was no way I could see behind the Tunnelsprayer, as the lighting of the tractor only shined through a little bit, but only on the part where I didn't see through, so that didn't make sense. But now it seems to be really well. Now let's head over to the next field. So we're also spraying with GPS now, so that makes it really nice. That way I can see exactly where we just drove. So if you look on a display, then I can show you what we just did. And I did have a mistake in there on the first field, but I can show you the other field, which is showing excellent how it works. This is already the 5th time this year that we're spraying with the Tunnelsprayer now. So we have done quite some spraying already and everything is running really smooth. I really like how this screen shows up the GPS, as I just know if I did something or not. Especially if I accidentally don't turn on a sprayer or something like that, I will see it where I did it. So that's an easy check for me. And the sprayer does perfect with all its new lighting. Well, the suction system keeps working great, so that's really good news. Now everything seems to run as it should be. I had some issues with the pump at the start of the season, but that seemed to be just in the valves, so I'm happy that's fixed and it's working really well now. So let's continue spraying. I'm having power issues with the tractor, which is quite annoying, but I don't have my road lights anymore, only my working lights and everything on the Isobus. And the radio is still working, but basically everything that is standard on the tractor is not working anymore. So something quite big is wrong there. Unfortunately we are in the field and I want to finish spraying, but this needs to be addressed.
Dan de A12 richting Arnhem naar Babberich 149.2 en tot slot ook een flitser op A.
We got our power issues fixed. It was basically just a fuse holder which was getting way too hot. And it only got too hot because the contacts were just corroded. So we cleaned up the contacts, and I also replaced one of the shoes, and now the fuse holder is staying cold, as it should be. So that was the complete issue before. It was just losing power because it was way too hot, and one of the fuses melted away, and that really doesn't help. Because the fuse actually melted, so the plastic melts, but the metal keeps making contact a little bit. That was one of the main issues. So that should be completely fixed now, as we kept it on with the bake lights on for half an hour and everything was cool. Well, before we started, you could really not touch it after 30 seconds, so it really helped. We sprayed a lot of contact spray in the whole dashboard as well, and moved everything a little bit around, so that way it should be cleaner and this should last for a lot of years again, and then maybe the same process should be repeated again. Now, this tractor always had really bad lighting, or at least for the last years, so we bought some new main lights, because the old ones, they were just corroded on the inside, and this made it not beam properly. So now, with the new glass and the new metal, it should beam way better. So let's build this in. Perfect, we got working lights again, everything is as it should be, and the headlights, they are new now, so we should definitely be able to see a lot more when we drive over the road now in the dark. It was just horrible how bad they were, and the fact that they didn't even went on was even worse. So let's hope this keeps working for the upcoming years. We also decided to paint the black stuff here, as we were at it and it was easy to get out, so we did that. We did not do the hood because we just don't have the stickers, and it was a quick job, but this was quickly paintable.